What's up, Facebook? How's everybody doing? Here in Ohio, it's getting cold out. As you can tell, there's leaves on the ground. The leaves are turning. Oh, it's cold. It's cold, it's cold, it's cold. It's cold, it's cold, it's cold. So, I just wanted to make a quick video to do an update on the Kia Sportage. So, we got the gas tank in 2 nights ago. Got the gas tank in, got it in there, ready to go. All we have to do is hook up everything. Give you guys a little look. If you can see it, gas tank is in. It's sitting in there. Let's turn some lights on here. Let's get some lights going real quick. And some people ask what kind of welder I use just starting out. Well, the welder I use just to start out with, because I'm not a professional welder, but I'm trying to teach myself how to weld, would be Chicago Electric welder. It is just a little electric welder. You just plug right in to your outlet. You can take it anywhere you want. You can go anywhere you want with it. So if you have like a side job, or if someone calls you up and says, hey, I don't have a welder, can you come and weld this for me, you can sure take it with you. It's a nice welder. It does the job for me for right now on what I'm doing. So it works. It's a flex core welder. Someone asked a while back what kind of welder to use when you're just starting out. Someone who hasn't never welded in their life. I've been training myself how to weld with this. It works awesome. I used it to do all the body work, put the new panels. I fabricated everything on this door. There used to be a big rust hole on this door. I fabricated it all, and that's the welder I used to tack weld the new piece of sheet metal in. Same for down here with the rocker panel. I did the same thing down here, tack welded it in. It came out nice. So same thing with the floor. I had to move the floor up because the gas tank would not fit. As you can tell, that's where the gas tank is, and so this floor had to come up a little bit to get the gas tank fit, because you cannot buy the original gas tank. So this one's just a tad taller, the same length, everything's the same length. It sits there, it bolts in fine. It's just a tad taller than the original gas tank. Now people are like, well, why don't you just go to a junkyard and just get you one? Okay, the reason why I did not do that is because, for the simple fact is, when you go to the junkyard, most junkyards in the state of Ohio, you have to pull the gas tank out. So either the gas tanks are pulled out of them, or these things are already been smashed. They stopped making them. This is a 2002. I think they stopped making them into the end of 2002. So you cannot buy these. So this is one of the vehicles. If you ever follow me, I always talk about a YouTube channel called Bad Chad. I started following him when he first started doing YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. Instagram, I started following him, and he's the one that inspired me to start fabricating stuff on vehicles. I've owned probably about 6 cars now that you cannot buy panels for. You can't buy parts for, And instead of keeping them, I just got rid of them and didn't realize that I could fabricate my own stuff. If you have a hammer, a piece of wood, or whatever to do the bends and stuff like that, you don't need to go out and buy high dollar things for like your body shops and stuff have. You don't have to do that. You don't have to go out and spend thousands of dollars just to have the tools. As long as you have a body hammer or a hammer and a piece of steel, you can bend anything and everything. And that's what I did. So, as you can tell, the gas tank is in. There it is. Da, 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 da. Gas tank's in. And then up here, and this is what I was talking about. The jack used to be back here. We're going to close that in because we don't need that no more. We're making this as a short, very, very short bed pickup truck. So eventually the whole back end's going to be closed in. So what I did is pulled the carpet out, built a frame. I'm still not done. Everything's not lined up. It's just mocked up right now. Tacked weld here and there, just mocking it up. That's where the jack's going to go now. So I relocated the jack from there to here to make it look like it fit with the vehicle. And plus, back here, when I close this whole back end off, eventually you'd be able to haul stuff in there. So, you know, when you got a load of gravel or a load of wood or whatever you're hauling, and something happens where you blow a tire, you can't get the jack, and you got to unload the whole back end. I figured put the jack right here. That way, it's easy access to get to. It's in the cab, and so forth. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. All those holes back there on the tailgate will eventually be either welded in, or a piece of sheet metal will be welded over those holes, or I might just drill holes and put screws in it. I probably do that, just cut a piece of sheet metal that fits in there, and then just drill some holes and put some screws in there. Some kind of screw. Same with the right there where the tail lights are. I will be bending a piece of sheet metal to put back there, and I'm going to put 4 screws in it. That way you can unscrew the piece of sheet metal and get to your tail lights. And then the speakers here in the back, I'm going to pull those speakers out, and then we're going to close the holes in there, and then yeah. So anywhere there's a hole, I'm going to end up closing it in. But like I said, that bracket here is going to come out. That bracket here is eventually going to come out, and I'm going to build a bracket. It goes there. It's going to look like this bracket here. So I still got to seam seal everything over there, all that, all over here and stuff. Like I said, that used to have where the seats come up in the back. That bracket's coming out, so that will get taken out, and then we're gonna either put the piece of sheet metal in there or whatnot, or maybe put new wheel wells in, a different style of wheel well to make it more look like a pickup truck. I don't know yet, but as of right now, the gas tank's in. That's all what I care about. The gas tank is in. I got to finish hooking everything up. Once I get everything hooked up, then here in probably next week, I will be able to throw tags on it and take it down to the gas station, fill her up, and see how she does. Again, like I said, this is all mocked up. This is where the jack's going to go. There's going to be a brace that goes from that bolt to that bolt, and then you can just screw a nut on, or a butterfly nut or something on it. Then that way you can pull the jack up. Um, the handle for the jack will get located up here as well. So I still gotta weld all this up back here, and then I gotta trim that side over here. I gotta trim it up so I can tack weld it, and then we're going to tack weld down through here, and then we're going to put a piece of sheet metal over top of that, and then I got to put a piece of sheet metal on either sides. I got to put one here to close it in and seal it off, and same over there. You probably can see it better if I walk over here on this side. Let's see. Yeah. So we got to close all that in still. So, but like I said, the sheet metal it's on here is all mocked up. It's tack welded in some spots, but I'm going to be able to cut those tack welds off, grind it all down, clean it up, make it look nice. And this, as you can see where the steel is, I don't know if you guys can see that. See the steel where I have the 2-3 tack welds holding it? Well, I got to trim that from about where that nut is on the jack all the way down to this corner. I got to trim that up so that way I have something to tack weld to. And then when I close this corner in, this edge right here where my finger is, that edge right there where the hump is, because there's a hump right here for the dry shaft. So, and the transmission. So this hump will actually form right into that whole thing. So when you look inside, when the carpet and everything's laid back in, when you look at it, it's almost like it's made for the vehicle. Like I said, this is just something I'm practicing. This ain't something I'm putting in a car show. I'm not going to try to flip it or sell it or anything. I just trying to get it back on the road because the gas tank, we had to pull the gas tank out and put a new gas tank in. So we had to do a couple modifications since you cannot order the original gas tank. So these aftermarket gas tanks for these 2002 Kia Sportage, they are just a tad, they're about 2 inches taller than the old one. So it sucks, but it had to be done, and plus it gives me a little bit of practice on my fabrication skills. So what I like to do is give a shout out to Bad Chad for doing his videos and everything he's done, and he supports everybody who's learning. He's a good teacher. If you don't know who Bad Chad is, go to YouTube, type in Bad Chad's Customs, and go watch some of his videos. Go clear back when he first started his channel up and stuff. He is a very good person to watch because he will go out and buy material and stuff like that, but he mainly uses the stuff it's here laying around in his garage. So like I did to build that frame, I just had an old bed frame, a steel bed frame. um, it was old steel bed frame I had just laying around, and then I ended up cutting it and making my frame out of it. And then I ended up just buying little, I don't know, a 5-foot pieces of a thin piece of steel. I think it's like an inch thick. I think it is. I ended up buying that, and I had the sheet metal laying here, so the sheet metal was already here. Um, so I just used that. The only thing I have to buy is I gotta go to Lowe's or somewhere here in my hometown and buy just another little sheet of steel sheet metal, buy some sheet metal. That way I can finish that side and the other side. And sheet metal at my local store here in my hometown is, I think it's like 10 or 20 bucks. It's not that expensive for a, I think it's a 20 by 10 or 10 by 20 sheet or something like that. It's actually, it's not even that big. It actually is, I think, a 5 by 5 or something. I don't know. But anyways, it's not real big. It's about the size of that piece of aluminum sitting there. Um, that's about the size that that sheet metal used to be. So it's not very big. It's about 20 bucks, 10 or 20 bucks. So I did have sheet metal off of a car hood. I did use that to patch some other places. So other than that, I just wanted to give an update on the Kia Sportage. So with that being said, Joker 1014 is out, and you guys have a lovely Monday, and hope to see you in the next video.